The most common invitation that Jesus makes to people is to follow me. Follow me and I will make you fishers of people. Follow me, let the dead bury their own dead. No one can be my disciples unless they take up their cross and follow me. Follow me, he simply says to Matthew. But what does it actually mean to follow Jesus? Is it just to acknowledge Jesus' presence? Is it to give a tertiary nod in Jesus' direction? Or maybe to slap the word Christian over our name? Well, I think Jesus' interaction with Matthew has a great deal to show us. Matthew is a tax collector sitting at the tax booth. And in those days, tax collectors were not well liked. They were Jewish citizens who were hired by Rome to collect the prescribed tax from fellow citizens. So Matthew, sometimes known as Levi, was a Jewish person collecting money from other Jews and giving that money to their Roman occupiers. So this was not well liked. A lot of tax collectors of the day, and we don't know if Matthew did this, but a lot of tax collectors would collect more than what was prescribed and line their pockets so they would get rich. So not only were they seen as traitors to the Jewish people, they were also seen as thieves. And in a world that had a pretty stark separation between the righteous and the wicked, the holy and the unrighteous, tax collectors were pretty firmly set within the world of the wicked. But Jesus comes to him, and Jesus says to him, "Follow me." And Matthew follows him, and what we see is instructive directly after this, because the very next scene is that Matthew holds a party. He has a dinner party, Jesus is there, and he's invited his fellow tax collectors and sinners. These are the people who Matthew hangs out with. Now, is this just a dinner party? No. What we see is that Matthew opens up his life to Jesus. He embraces the fullness of who Jesus is by the fullness of his own life. And that's what it means to follow Jesus. It's not just to bow our head in his direction, but live our own life. It is to be impacted by Jesus so much that we embrace him, that we wrap our life around Jesus, that we embrace him with the fullness of who we are.